Good morning, everyone. Schwell here with another It's a Vlog Dummy, episode 7, brought to you by the universe. I'm here. I'm smiling. It's going to be a long-ass week, but you know what? I'm ready. At least, I'll fake it until I make it. Let's go. Alright, please bear with me, folks. I'm trying a new camera setup. Today we're using the Sony a6300. It's not a full-size DSLR. It's one of those mirrorless cameras by Sony. It records in 4K, but I wanted to see how much of a jackass I look like carrying a selfie stick around with a camera on it. I was gonna use my DSLR, my Nikon, but that's way too big.
Yeah, that's what she said. She says it a lot.
You know, I was gonna start showing more and more of the stuff that I do with my firearms in the firearms industry for the vlog, but watching me sit at my desk, watching me doing conference calls, one, there's a lot of information covered in those calls that I can't expose, and two, the shit would be boring. So we're just gonna stick with me voicing my opinion on the things that I see and the things that I observe on a day-to-day basis. Every once in a while we'll sprinkle in a little bit of shooting. But I got Big 3 coming up soon, October 5th through the 7th. So we've already started the planning for that. Well, not even planning, execution. Invitations are out, companies are responding, the media has been notified, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. How do these dudes do this? They walk around with the camera up like this all the time? This is crazy. We shall see. Nice little breeze, almost like we're at the beach. Which we should be at the beach. We were supposed to go to the beach this morning, but when I woke up, my head was killing me. Change of plans. Last 2 days of summer vacation for the kids. Let's get some school shopping done and let's have a little bit of fun. Let's sprinkle that in. But first, I must walk. Outgrowing that patch panel. So what I did was asking everybody to bring me home some carpet towels from her job, and we can use this. So I'm redesigning my man cave. This is going to be one of those projects that I probably never finish because I'm always trying to make it better, but I never actually get to the point where I'm actually satisfied. Trying to make it into a workspace slash man cave, gaming zone, vlog area. What do you guys think? Is that straight? No? Now? How about now? Right now? There we go. This is what I'll do is, I think I'll just put all of the PVC pipes here on this one. I mean, you look at some of these patches, they're from people I don't even talk to anymore. Good, bad, or indifferent, or whatever. But nevertheless, they mean something. Now I can put some of the patches that I have inside my safe actually up here and keep those out here and displayed at all times. What next? Email follow-ups. Gotta finish up the review on this through night so I can send it to Eric at thegearlocker.net so he can follow up. But just to show you what I'm working with, similar to a pen light, but not exactly. More on that later. Now, as I started to say outside, a lot of discussion goes on about politics right now. And one thing that I always see referenced and a lot of people talk about are polls and the numbers. And what America thinks about this candidate, that candidate, who's voting for who. And I don't give polls any respect. I don't think that they actually reflect what the American people think. And you know why? Because I've never filled out one of those polls that they keep referencing. when you look at the numbers and it's like we polled 10,000 people, or we polled 20,000 people, or 3,000 people responded. That's 20,000 people or 3,000 people that actually pay attention to your website or took that call that day. And those people usually fall to one side or the other before you even start asking questions. So how valid can the polls actually be? How many of those polls have you filled out? How many calls have you answered and actually answered the questions? I've never done it. I've never participated. And then those numbers, the 3,000, the 100,000 or whatever, they actually represent a very small percentage. Now I know there are some of you guys out there that are number geeks and went to MIT or whatever, and will say that small group is what they can use that small group to basically mathematically figure out what the entire population of the United States thinks and feels. So be it. I don't know or subscribe to your math. It's probably that Common Core stuff. So it has no bearing on me. Polls mean absolutely nothing to me. So I just wanted to talk on that. I won't talk about politics much anymore until I have to, and that's probably going to be when they select the newest president, whoever that may be. How long does bronchitis last without being treated? Because I've had it for 3 weeks now. It's not going anywhere. I just haven't had the time to go to the doctor. More gun stuff. Working on this project. I got this barrel. It's a 7.62 by 3.9 barrel. I think it's a 1 in 10 twist. It looks like it's 16 inches. Got it for free. Somebody sent it to me in the mail and said, hey, tell us what you think about this. I'm not going to say who it is yet, not until I start doing the testing and actually get this build done. I still have to order the bolt carrier and the bolt and the bolt carrier group, everything in here to actually make it go pew, as well as the muzzle device. 16-inch barrel, but I did get this 17-inch handguard. I think I paid $50 for it shipped. I think it was on sale for like 44 bucks. I'll have a link in the description. But I saw that and I thought, you know what? I got a free barrel. I have uppers. Let me just go ahead and get an inexpensive handguard, because I really don't have much interest in this caliber in this format. It's 7.62 by 3.9, as I said. I have AKs for that, but we'll see. This will be my first one in this particular caliber. I've done a 308. I've done a 300 Blackout. I don't foresee this one presenting any problems. There's just a few things that I need to keep in mind, such as the magazines that I use, and I think that's about it. I'll use a heavy buffer and all of the other good stuff. But follow me as I do this build. I'll probably finalize it. This is a test fit just to see how everything's going to work and how many shims I need to use before I do the final assembly. But that's coming soon. You ever submerge yourself so much into something that it consumes your entire lifestyle? That's what firearms has done to me. But then you sprinkle in the things that I do to help me enjoy it, like the Gun News Weekly show that we do. That's something I do because I want to, because I'm having fun on it. It's something that exposes me to more of my passion. Sadly, gun news doesn't always have good news, just like the normal news. The ratings depend on how much of a controversy that story can bring. The problem is that's the stuff that you find when you search the internet and you're looking for gun stories or stories that are related to the Second Amendment. It's usually crimes or negative things that the news is covering. Every once in a while they'll sprinkle in something good where a good guy stops a bad guy, but for the most part 95% of the stories, that's a YouTube number, are generated by something negative. And when that's all you're exposed to, that's all you're seeing, it messes with you. Unless you're just some cold-blooded, cold-hearted jerk. I used to be that guy when I was younger, but in my old age of 40, I've changed quite a bit. I've become a little bit more passionate about life and people. Sometimes I wish I could turn that off, but it's not something that I can do very easily. It's not really a bad thing. It's just something I wanted to talk about. So, Gun News Weekly, Big 3. What else do we have going on? Oh, kids going back to school next week. I have mixed feelings about that, because now that means I can't take 10-hour naps with the 6-year-old or 5-year-old. She'll be 6 next week Friday. Emily turns 6 next week Friday. She told me yesterday that she wanted to start her own YouTube channel. So I told her if her grades are good and she maintains a good grades, we'll start a YouTube channel. So I don't know where she gets that from. I don't know. I know the idea didn't come from me. She watches a lot of YouTube kids and gaming. And I'm not talking about gaming where she participates. I'm talking about gaming where she's watching other people play. What is up with that? But whatever. For those of you that don't know, I love gadgets. And I try to incorporate gadgets into every aspect of my life. From all of the toys and gadgets in my car, toys and gadgets here in my man cave, toys and gadgets for everything, even for going to the beach. I have waterproof cases, cameras, all of that stuff. So I just love gadgets. It completes me. My cell phone is broken. It won't ring. I get notifications for text messages. I get notifications for voicemail. But as far as ringing, unless I have the phone in my hand or in my pocket, I won't know it's ringing. So I've missed about 30 phone calls this week. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there mad at me or thinking I'm ignoring them. That's not it. I don't like calling people back if I don't think that they call for something important. And if they don't leave a message, I'm definitely not calling back because that tells me that it wasn't important. Yes, that's where the jerk me still exists when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm starting to cherish my personal time a little bit more and stop giving so much of myself to everybody else. Like I'm doing right now with this vlog. Damn, I'm such a dummy.